Good afternoon, family. I hope you're all doing great. I feel like my voice still sounds weird, but I promise I'm okay. How are your little ones doing? Most schools have closed in Kenya and kids are home. Lexi will be starting her exams next week and she will be closing at the end of the month. But for now, I still have to wash her uniforms. She goes to school in the nearby city and comes back to the village over the weekends. So we spend our weekends together and then she gets back to school every Monday. It is a crazy arrangement, but those are just some of the sacrifices we have to make as parents as we try to get the best for our kids. Rainy days are my best days, but I also love this kind of weather where it's neither hot nor cold and the blue sky is just giving some magical vibes. There's been a lot of focus on climate change lately, and a lot of negative effects are expected, but I must say it's worked for the better for us. We've had more rain this season than the previous years, and things look really amazing here. This was meant to be a short rain season, but the rains have prolonged and we are getting more rain. Our farmers are happy, our farms look great, and we are struggling to keep our lawns manicured. And that just means there's plenty of food for our cattle. So, as much as it has negative effects on other people, we are appreciating its effects on us. We're also very lucky to be living on a hill, so even if we get more rain, we don't expect floods here. I'd love to know if climate change has had any direct impact on your life today. Please share in the comments below. As I mentioned earlier, this is the season for plenty and everything is in plenty, including food. So nobody is going hungry in my village. Forget about the negative news you get from the international media, how Africans are dying of hunger. There's plenty of food, and we are people who work really hard in our farms, so we always have food. I won't deny there are isolated cases of hunger, but it's not that serious and not widespread. Come to the garden with me. I have some pumpkin to harvest. There's this new recipe I came across the other day and I really want to try it. I've harvested pumpkins for a long time, but I've not tried to cook it in many ways. So today I'm going to be doing something totally different with my pumpkins. They look really amazing, and I learned from you guys how to know that your pumpkin is ready for harvest. So for those who are new to this, all you have to do is to check the stem that connects the leaves to the pumpkin. It should be somehow dry or in the process of drying up. That's how you know that your pumpkin is ready for harvest. So mine is not completely dry, but it has started drying up, so that means the pumpkin is just ready. But I won't be harvesting everything. I'll leave the rest for another day, and when I get back they will really be ripe and yellow inside. I always wash my garden harvests with either salt or bicarbonate of soda. That helps to remove any slime or any insects that could be on your fruits or vegetable. It's always important to give them a thorough rinse in running water. I have realized that this time round I have bigger pumpkins than last season, I don't know what I did differently. I can't remember anything special. Maybe it's just because there's been a lot of rain. In the previous videos, I've shared with you different recipes of pumpkin. I think we've done pumpkin soup, I've made pumpkin chapatis, we've boiled pumpkins, but we have never done pumpkin cake. I'm craving cake today. I haven't had cake in a while, and this kind of cake is going to be very healthy cake. So let's peel our pumpkin and go ahead and make pumpkin cake. So you'll need to remove all the seeds. I don't throw away my seeds these days. I got real advice from here on how to make use of the pumpkin seeds. These days I roast them and just snack on them whenever I can. So once you've scraped off the seeds, then we're going to peel our pumpkins, and then we shall grate them just the way we grate our carrots. I'm really excited about this recipe and I just can't wait to taste this cake. So I got this recipe on YouTube. I was just searching for more creative ways to use my pumpkins, and I found this simple way to make pumpkin cake without so many ingredients. You all know I love very simple recipes. I love cooking, but I hate when it's complicated. That's why I always go for the simplest recipes. So for our recipe today, we're gonna need half a cup of grated pumpkin. When measuring the pumpkin, just press it down so that it is half a cup of stuffed pumpkin. We are going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half cup sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon bicarbonate of soda, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So those are our dry ingredients, and we are going to mix all of them together. Then in a separate bowl, we are going to mix the wet ingredients and then add and mix to form our batter. The cinnamon powder smells so good already. I can't wait for the result of this recipe. So we're going to mix well to ensure the ingredients are evenly distributed. Then we shall have our wet ingredients, which is half cup of milk. We're going to add 1 egg to that and mix all of them together. Then we will also add half cup of oil. I'm using the usual vegetable oil. I'm going to beat them all together until it looks uniform, and then we shall add it to our dry ingredients, which we already set aside. So we mix all our ingredients until we have a consistent batter. And lastly, we will add the grated pumpkin and mix very well. Bringing all the ingredients together and making that batter is one of the stages I really enjoy in baking. Going by the ingredients, my cake is going to be very small today. I always like to start with small quantities, especially when I'm trying a recipe for the first time, just so I don't waste it in case I don't like it. The method of making this cake is much similar to that of the carrot cake, only that this time we are using pumpkin instead of carrots. Our batter is ready. We will put it in the oven and allow it to bake for 40 minutes. And meanwhile, I will go out and fetch bananas. We have a lot of bananas in our farm, which need to be harvested as soon as possible. Otherwise, the birds are going to destroy everything. So I've harvested 2 ripening bananas, the sweet bananas. They are quite small but very sweet. And I have this big one here. This one is the one we call matoke that we cook. And today's harvest is very huge, quite fulfilling for a farmer like me. It's been a very fruitful day. I want to thank you all for clicking and always coming back to watch my videos. Otherwise, have yourselves a very beautiful evening, and it's bye bye for now. I'll see you in the next.